Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further. Welcome traders to this week's edition of Forex Analysis. My name is Vic. Thanks for joining me in here. So we are going to cover Euro USD, AUD USD, GBP USD, USD Cad, and maybe one of these either NZDUSD or USDJPY. Okay, so this is where we start from. We always start from Euro USD, but before we go there, I must remind you that you must look at DXY, Dollar Strength Index. I've already posted my analysis on dollar strength. You can find it on the channel, and that should actually give you much idea what dollar is trying to do. Again, I'm maintaining that dollar is still bullish. It may not be bullish right away, but it can ultimately it is going to be bullish. And I have also mentioned in my analysis that there is a chance of sudden move in dollar. If that happens, then euro is going to make a sudden move as well, because in DXY euro is the biggest participant. Okay, so what do we have here? Last week we were talking about this particular FCP zone, and I mentioned that market was going to move into this FCP zone before starting to go down, and so far it has been consolidating. And if you are aware of FCP patterns, Fibonacci Confluence patterns, then you know what to do. In consolidation, you can actually make a lot of money by using FCP patterns, because they are highly predictable and profitable. You will be able to plan your trade in advance. Let me show you an example of that. So it has been consolidating here, and so far it hasn't found any real direction, whether it wants to go down or up, right? But that's on daily time frame. If I go to the 4-hour time frame, I see that market is actually kind of creating a W pattern here, right? These W patterns require exact Fibonacci ratios, right? And FCP patterns are a little different to harmonic patterns, because FCP patterns have even tighter Fibonacci ratios. These are not used by usual harmonic patterns. They are a little different to what harmonic patterns do. So what we have here is that market created this W pattern right here, and that's why it was supposed to go down. Remember, we already were inside this FCP zone, and we were looking for a short opportunity, because until it actually breaks out of this FCP zone on daily basis, we are still looking for a short opportunity. And the market actually fell down very nicely here. There was another opportunity which I personally took, and that was this upward move, and we were actually discussing this in our room as well. So this is the opportunity that we took based on our Fibonacci ratios. So, and the reason behind that was very simple. Everything is consolidating right now, and that means that we will get a lot of these M and W patterns. So you will see that we have an M pattern here which completed right there, and we were able to take a long trade. Now if you go for a long trade, you're back into this FCP zone. That basically means that you can play for short trade once again. So do you see a W pattern here? Yes, there is. To the trained eye, it looks like a W pattern here, and that's why the market was supposed to go down. I missed that opportunity because I was not around at the time, but you see, this is what I mean. If you know what to do, you will just take this trade and it will go down again, and your profit target will be very predictable, minimum 38.2. Okay, so if you take a trade here for a day trade, or scalping or something like that, then you can actually profit from there. And this can still continue going down, because remember, our overall analysis is still telling us that it can go back down into this level, which is 1.74548. So if I just remove this, you see where we are right now. This is what we are looking at. It's consolidating, and inside the consolidation there are several W and M patterns which you can play almost on daily basis. So this is what you have been doing. So what do we have for the next week? Let's bring this back again. So next week we are again looking for, as long as this FCP zone is still holding, we are still looking for a short. If the market comes back inside this FCP zone and it does not actually close beyond it, it does not go beyond it, then we're still looking for a short. Okay, so if you notice that market is creating another M pattern. So if the market actually goes below this, then we are looking for something like this. We expect market to continue to move down into this sort of area again, and we already have that planned since last week. So we are just going to play between these levels for now. So if the market actually breaks through this 1.8529, then we are looking for a move into this, okay, 1.8177. and if the market actually starts to go upwards, then we already have our targets planned in there. Okay, and inside the FCP zone, if you're a day trader, if you're a scalper, then you can find more opportunities using FCP patterns in here, and you can play with them. Okay, so this is what we have on EURUSD. Hope you enjoyed this. Let's move on to actually, before we actually go there, let me show you one more thing. So on here on NVSAJ, let's go and find EURUSD. On EURUSD, this is what we have. If I go to the daily time frame, sorry, to weekly time frame. Okay, on weekly time frame, it is telling us that this is still looking downwards, right? The color is still red, and that basically means that we are still more biased towards bearish opportunities. However, if the market starts to move upwards, then it can go up to this level, which is 1.20606, and even further than that is 1.21457. However, we are looking for bearish opportunities more right at the moment, so we could be looking for something like this, 1.14596. so 1.46 is that level, and the second level that we are looking for is 1.32. so near about that. And if you draw Fibonacci on it, you'll notice that this is 38.2 near about, this is near about 50% as well. So that actually confluences nicely with NVSAJ targets. Okay, so that's what we have on EURUSD. Let's move on to GBP USD. Okay, on GBP USD, we had this FCP zone. Remember, again, we are kind of consolidating at the moment, but on the larger time frame, we also have this W pattern. Okay, that basically meant that market was supposed to go down, and it did. Then it came back up to create kind of double top, and we were waiting for the market to actually give us an opportunity in there. Okay, another thing to point out is that this is a gap which got filled in the process around here, right? So we are still looking for a short opportunity unless it actually goes and breaks through this 1.33 round number. Okay, that round number has been double tested, so I'm expecting market to now move down. One other reason is that because this W pattern is still valid, because it has come back to its original place, so it can start to fall down once again. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. What we have, so the market actually started to fall down from our FCP zone, but it did not quite actually reach there, because I think I missed that point in my previous analysis that we had this 1.33 important round number. So market came there to test that and started to fall down. So I missed that one in there. But you see, in that process, what we have here is that again we have an FCP pattern here, right? And the market actually started to respect that. It fell down. It went straight into this and then another one. Remember, we analyzed last week that this was going to be our profit target, and this has actually reached there, even though it did not quite fall from FCP zone. Okay, now so what do we have right now? What we have here is that market is probably creating a double top, actually triple top, 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and if the market starts to fall down, which I'm expecting, then we are looking for next level as 1.32343, right? This level, and this is our FCP zone right now. Okay, that's the top one, so market needs to go through that before it becomes bullish. if it actually goes through that, then let me actually go back to our daily time frame and see where we are. Okay, if I draw fib on it, okay, this is absolutely perfect, right? So if it actually goes beyond it, then we are looking for a move into this followed by this level. Okay, so these are very good levels. If you're looking for a long, then you must wait for that FCP zone to be broken, but that's for, like, a long-term trade, or like a swing trade. If you're looking for short-term trade, then you're looking for a short opportunity, and this is going to be a profit target 1.32343, followed by the next level, which is going to be around here 1.31956. And if the market keeps on falling, then we are looking for something like 1.31309. These are very, very important levels. So how do we play around them? If we find good confirmation here, in our methodology we have 5 confirmation techniques. You can use any of your confirmation techniques to enter this market. If we find any of those confirmation, then we'll go for short. This is going to be our ultimate profit target, and then we'll take our partial positions or manage our trade around these levels. And if we find further confirmation to go short or remain short, then we'll go short. Otherwise, we'll take entire profits off and we'll look for a long position. So at each level we have opportunity to go long or short depending on the confirmation that we have. So this is what we are looking for. This is also a possibility for the next week. Okay, so that's the GBP USD. Let's look at AUD USD. On actually, by the way, on GBP USD, I think we did take a trade. Yeah, one of our students is actually tracking it, and I've been tracking it as well, but I did not take a trade on this. I took a trade on AUD USD instead. Okay, before we go there, let's bring in this. So right, so on AUD USD, if I go to the weekly time frame, what do we have? We have consolidation here, and we also have this previous extended W pattern that market completed. So ultimately it is going down. Right now it is consolidating and it is going down from this level. If I go to the daily time frame, you can easily see that there is an FCP pattern here, and that's why it was supposed to go down. And then on 4-hour time frame, we had another one actually right here, and this is the one that I personally took in AUD USD. This is the one that I took here, and I am actually looking for another one here right now, and that's the FCP zone that we have got. Okay, so in terms of opportunities, you cannot actually go for any extended opportunities on extended moves until it actually breaks through this particular zone, right? So this is the supply zone that we have got right now on AUD USD, and if it actually breaks through that, then only you will look for a move further. So this is where I started looking for a short, because you see I could spot 2 W patterns here. One is like that, another one is like this, right? So that is why I formed an FCP zone which was also matching nicely with the supply zone that we have here. Okay, so what do we have? The market is still falling, and I'm still looking for some move into this particular level here. So that is going to be my near about that level is going to be my profit target. But if I go to the weekly time frame and see what is going on to give you a better idea, because we have this W pattern, right? So let's measure this. Let's see what's happening here. We have this. So what I can see, that market can actually come here into this level, and it is also right now. Okay, right, so AUD USD can actually move upwards if it actually breaks through this, right? So it can go into this level. That's one possibility on weekly time frame. If I go to the daily time frame, it is consolidating at the moment, and we also have this W pattern which basically means that it can fall down to this level and this level. Okay, right, and if I go to the 4-hour time frame, that's what we have. So the important levels that we have are around here. If the market actually starts to move upwards, then that's the level that we are looking for, and ideally this is also an important level here, right? If it actually breaks through this level of 73387, okay, then we are looking for extended move into 73695. I am also watching this minor level of 72956. If it actually breaks through that, then we are looking for a downward move into 72539, and if that gets broken, then we are looking for something like this. Before that, we also have the structure level here. Okay, so this will be a kind of like in a zone here. Okay, and further down we have further targets which we just saw. Okay, so this is what we have on AUD USD. Let's look at and envisage what it shows us. Where is AUD USD? Okay, AUD USD. Right, on AUD USD, the bullish scenario is like this, which we have just identified. So near about this level of 0.752, and that's the weekly we are looking at. And because we already are like in downtrend, if the market starts to fall down, then on weekly time frame we have 0.67179. If I go to the daily time frame, it is consolidating at the moment and there is no clear direction as of now, but you can take this as a target, which is 7189, so near about that level. Okay, right, so let's move on to Gbp USD. Sorry, Gbp USD we have already covered. So we have covered Euro USD, Gbp USD, AUD USD. Okay, let's look at USD Cad. Now on USD Cad, if I go to the daily time frame, okay, we were looking for a move into this level, and that actually quite not has happened because it has got stuck into this level which we identified as 1.31700, and the market actually started to fall down. Now one thing here is very important is that market is trying to actually go upwards. You see this candle is actually not a very bearish candle. At the same time, it is also a bullish candle. You see these two candles are telling us indecision. Why? Because this has actually opened lower and this one actually opened higher, and the market may actually start to go upwards. That's a possibility, and it can go down at the same time. So these two candles combined together, if you just think of them like combined together, you will get an indecision sort of candle. I'm not sure whether it's allowed here, but let's see. This is indecision candle I'm talking about. Right, so because there's indecision here, we'll have to wait for the market direction. However, we have been actually tracking it in our reference area very closely, and we have very good bullish plan on USD Cad. If the market actually starts to go down to around this level, then we are looking for bullish move. Let's see what that is. Okay, if I go to the 4-hour time frame, let me just quickly remove these arrows now. So these levels are still important. As you can see, the market has been reacting to them, and they have been acting as support and resistance quite nicely. So what we could see is that we have a W pattern forming, which is going to take us into this FCP zone that we identified previously. This is FCP zone. Okay, so this can take us into that FCP zone. However, before we can actually start to draw any conclusions, okay, this is going to go up, no, because you'll have to as a trader, you need to assess all the possibilities. So one of the possibilities is that market is creating an M pattern. So if this M pattern starts to go down, then we are looking for something around here. But for that to happen, it needs to go through this point. Okay, so this is very important level. Again, another important level is approximately like that. So how do we do this? Let's look at 4-hour time frame again, because this is where it actually starts to make more sense. If it actually breaks through this, then I'm looking for a move down into here, and then I'll be looking for buy. Okay, however, if the market actually goes through this level of 1.31153, then I'm looking for a buy into this zone back again. So for me right now, this is a very important zone. Okay, because this can actually push the price back down. If you're day trading or scalping, then you should be aware of this particular zone, because this is where a W pattern is also forming right now. And as I said, when the W pattern is forming, the market goes up, and it is going up. So if you find a short position here, then you can take that, but just be aware that if this zone is broken, then we are looking for a long. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, so this is what we have on USD Cad. Just one second. Okay, this is what you have, and then let's go and look at it in here. USD Cad. Okay, on USD Cad we are bullish right now, and there was a signal here, and that's why the market is trying to go upwards. And as we saw that if the market starts to move upwards, then it can come to near about 1.32276. okay, 1.32276, 1.32276, 32276, around somewhere around here. 32276, yep, like that. So that's what Envisage is also telling us, that market can come there. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, there is not much happening. I mean, if you want to take a day trade, then you can. If you wanted to go short, color was changed from blue to red. This was the signal, this was the target, and here this target was not reached. However, in this also it wasn't reached, because the market is very consolidating, and it is moving very close to this water curve. It is going up and down. It's very consolidating. It is not away from the water curve, the midline here that we have. Okay, so right now it is looking bullish, but as I said, there could be possibility of it actually moving down, so you have to be careful with that. Okay, let's move on to next one, which is the last one, NZDUSD. Okay, NZDUSD has played out nicely. We were expecting it to come to this FCP zone. Okay, this was our FCP zone that we were looking for, and we also had one here right now. Okay, so because it has moved into that FCP zone, I'm looking for a short right now, unless it actually gives me proper confirmation that it wants to go higher. I'm looking for a short on NZDUSD, and for that I'll have to go to the 4-hour time frame to see what's going on. By the way, if you think that this FCP zone has been broken, no, it is not, because the reason is we were actually looking for we were looking at it on a weekly time frame. On in here, the market was supposed to come in here. Now, because I need to wait for a confirmation, and confirmation is basically going to be if the market actually starts to go down and closes below this FCP zone again, and if I get one of those 5 confirmation techniques that we use, then I'll go for a short. So I'll still be safe even if it starts to go higher, because I'm waiting for that particular confirmation to come. Okay, and if it starts to come down, then I'll be looking for something like this. Right, so I'll be looking for a move down into this region, which is going to be somewhere around here. There should be some structure behind here. Yeah, there is something around here. Okay, and so something like this move, and if it actually continues to fall, then I'll be looking for this FCP zone as my target. So that's going to be my plan on NZDUSD. But let's go and look at the 4-hour time frame. Again, 4-hour time frame has given us good consolidation opportunity. So if you're a day trader or a scalper, you know what to do. There are so many WNM patterns in here which you could have traded for profits. And besides, like, you know, NZDUSD is kind of like, you know, shadow currency. However, a shadow currency of AUDUSD. However, it has taken huge deviation from AUDUSD recently. What I mean by that is, look at this. I'm on NZDUSD daily time frame. If I go to the daily time frame on AUDUSD, it is not showing me the same kind of structure. It is different. See, NZDUSD is actually moving much higher with much more strength than AUDUSD. That is not very, like, you know, common. It rarely happens, but when it happens, it actually gives us very good opportunities. So that's my plan on NZDUSD. Hope you enjoyed this, and this actually concludes our analysis of currency pairs. We included EURUSD, AUDUSD, GBPUSD, USDCAD, and NZDUSD. This was an extensive analysis, so please make sure that you hit the like button, and in the comment section let me know what you think about this analysis, whether you enjoyed this, whether you found this useful, is it helping you or not. Let me know in the comment section, and also share it with other traders, trading groups, trading communities, channels, and that's how you help us grow as well, right? Okay, I'll see you in the next week in the market in the next week. Okay, if you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see core strategy training program. On this page you'll be able to see the testimonials of previous students, and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence training program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to Vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.